For the final time this season, we are back at the Convocation Center, and we've got two regional finals for you today. And we start in Division 4 with our first matchup, which is River Valley versus Maysville. I am Ethan Sargent. Cade Williamson is alongside me, and we saw both of these teams put up impressive performances earlier this week. Now they go to war for a spot in the Final Four.
Yes, and obviously there's a lot of storylines going into this game. It's Division 4, as Ethan just mentioned there for a second, but Maysville looking for back-to-back state Final Four appearances, third in school history. River Valley, they've never been.
Wow.
Ethan, this is their deepest run since 1963. School as a whole has 4 district titles, including this year, and that is the farthest run they've ever made here to the Elite Eight. They're looking to go farther, obviously, to the state Final Four. But, yeah, there's a lot of storylines coming into this one. Obviously, this is all we're waiting on, really, in D4. They got this game, and then they got one more game at Xavier between Wyoming and Kettering-Alter. That'll set the Final Four bracket here for the day. That game starts at 4 o'clock. That's when that game tips off. This is 2. So this is the penultimate game in Division 4 regional final action. So, hey, it's going to be an interesting one. Interesting battle between both these teams. Both these teams coming to this one with 24 wins. River Valley comes in as the home squad with the better record at 24-2. Maysville comes in 24-3 as the away squad. So, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it'll play out. Obviously, the big story in this one is how can River Valley stop the duo from Maysville? Gator Nichols, Jordan Watson. Those are the two guys who lead the way for that Maysville Panther squad. One of the better offensive players really just around the area overall. I mean, not too far away from us, just a little bit north, about an hour or so north, up just south of Zanesville and Southtown there for the Maysville Panthers. So, hey, this is a big day for them. They're trying to make it back-to-back. Obviously, on the other side, you look at River Valley. They spread the wealth a lot. Ebert, he's going to be a guy that we're going to keep an eye on. Chase Ebert. Chase Smith is another guy, as well as Carter Myers. Carter Myers stepped up big in that regional semifinal matchup for River Valley against Unioto, a game that went into overtime, 66-65 game, all-time classic, one of the best high school basketball games I think I have ever seen. But when you saw it at the end, he stepped up big in that basketball game, ended up having 19 points and 9 rebounds in that game, if I'm not mistaken, as I look down at my notes.
I think he had 21 and 11.
He had 21.
Which is even more impressive.
21, yes, it was 21 points, excuse me. So he led the way for River Valley. He's the guy with the size. He's the tallest guy on the roster, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes up. Is he going to guard Watson? Is he going to go against Rorig? Not to mention Sawyer Weston was given Blake Fitch fits the entire night long defensively for River Valley in that regional semifinal matchup against Unioto. How is he going to do against Gator Nichols? How is he going to do? That's probably going to be the matchup. That's going to be a matchup we have circled in this basketball game, folks. And, hey, let's get going. Let's get going here from the convo.
We got 2, of course, today. Our second matchup, Minford versus Chesapeake. We'll have that on later. That'll be at 4:30 tip-off, barring any unforeseen changes. But this one is up first, and it is a doozy. Really excited for this matchup as players now are heading towards their benches, and we're just about ready to get the frivolities out of the way.
Yes.
And get ready for basketball here at the Convo. Have to say, fantastic crowd.
Great
Once
crowd.
again, both of these
Great
communities
crowd.
showed up
Lower
earlier
bowl
this
is
week.
full. Lower bowl is completely full. Upper bowl.
Not many seats at all.
Yeah.
Upper bowl to the first couple rows are pretty full. And
yeah.
Maysville's in there all black. The Southtown shirts are all over the place. And then
shout out Storied Rivals.
Yeah. And then a lot of the light blue for that squad out of River Valley, Caledonia. We'll step aside here. We'll let you take in the sights here for the anthem and the pregame, and we'll be back for tip.
Respect for those who are serving and those who have served to protect our democracy as we play our national anthem. Commissioner Board of Control of Ohio High School Athletic Association, Ohio University, and the Southeast District Board, we are so happy to have you here in the Convo, because right now we're in a regional final in D4 between the Panthers of Maysville and the Vikings of River Valley.
The legend, Lou Horvath, setting the scene here at the Convocation Center. The voice of the Bobcats getting the crowd again. I mean, if you could do sellouts, this would be pretty close to one here, at least for the lower bowl. Obviously, the Convocation Center, a fairly large arena, especially by MAC standards, and there's not many seats in that lower bowl, if any at all. And then even that upper bowl, like we said, 5-6 rows up, pretty stuffed here at the Convocation Center. Cade, we've got the starting lineups. And before, let's jump the gun on Lou, and we'll introduce them to you now. We'll start off with the road team, which is technically the Maysville Panthers.
Yeah, Maysville comes into this one as the road team. Their starting lineup, the exact same as it was the other night. First, you got to talk about the junior guard, standing 6 feet even, inches tall, wearing number 0. Gator Nichols, we're going to keep an eye on him. Landon Iden also had a big game earlier this week. Back on Thursday, Iden had 17 points in that basketball game against New Lexington. He'll be getting the start, wearing number 11, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, is the junior. You've also got junior forward number 4, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, Cade Rock, as well as Jordan Watson, the junior forward, wearing number 24, 6 feet 3 inches tall, and Kane Rohrig, the big man on the inside, the junior forward, 6 feet 5 inches tall. Rohrig in that game, he had 4 blocks, against New Lexington, stepped up big defensively and crashed the boards as well. Maysville 24-3 overall. They're coached by Dave Brown in his 8th season. They're the number 1 seed out of the East District in Division 4, and they are looking to go deep into the Final Four in back-to-back years, representing the MBL Small School Division. Now to the home squad, the River Valley Vikings in this basketball game, going with the save 5 out there that they did the other night as well. You got the junior guard wearing number 5, 6 feet inches tall, Chase Smith. You've also got Sawyer Weston, the senior guard, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, wearing number 1. Chase Ebert, the senior guard, 6 feet 1 inches tall, wearing number 4. You've also got Carter Myers, the sophomore forward, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, wearing number 11. And then Owen Osting, the senior forward, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, rounds it out. They are coached by Rodney Brown. They're the number 1 seed, 24-2 overall, representing the Central District. They're looking for their first Final Four appearance in history here today. So big day overall for the River Valley faithful. Deepest run, as we mentioned in the pregame, since 1963, and they represent the MOAC.
Got a couple of X factors here when you set the scene for this matchup. Number 1, how does River Valley slow down, because you can't stop. How do you slow down Gator Nichols? How do you eliminate his threat in and around the basketball and in and around the hoop itself, because he's so good, like we saw a couple of nights ago, at getting to the hoop and creating his own opportunities. How do you slow him down? And then on the other side, for River Valley offensively, I think they have to get Chase Ebert going. He had a solid game, but you didn't really see that on the stat sheet. Didn't have
down the stretch
necessarily a game that if you were box score watching, you look at and say, wow, this guy killed it. But he was so crucial, and for those of you who watched that River Valley Unioto game, you know how important his impact was. Crowd on its feet here at the Convocation Center. Atmosphere is absolutely crackling here on this Sunday afternoon. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon in Athens. No better time and place to play an Elite 8 matchup for a spot in the Final Four. And, well, hold on a second. Maybe not just yet.
I think the clock's not working.
Yeah, no, the shot clocks
the
are
shot
not
clock
on.
are not on the basket here at the Convo, so I think
So we wait a little bit longer for basketball
delayed
here.
start. It shut off there in the pregame. It was right when the national anthem started. They shut off the shot clocks in that situation. The clocks over the basket is really what we're talking about here. So, yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen this. I mean, that's what it's interesting here, because obviously you got a couple of those bigger universities and biggest MAC places. Yeah, they're obviously talking about it.
They're going to have to take the hoop down here for a second.
Yeah, I think they are. Wow, this is wild. I don't know if I've
So now you think about it, right? You're ready to go. You're, stretched out. You've warmed up now for 30-plus minutes. You're feeling the energy from the crowd.
All
and now
five
you
are
have
out
to,
there, yeah.
Now you have to stand and wait for another, I don't know how long here, 5-10 minutes potentially, as Well, it gives us a little bit more time to set the scene for this matchup, which I can't complain about. I think another key name today for Maysville is Landon Iden.
Yes.
He had a really good game against New Lexington in their regional semifinal matchup on Thursday night. Friday night. And I think
Thursday.
Oh, no, it
right.
was Thursday.
That game, yeah, this was Thursday.
Double clutched. I think you saw him do a really good job, not only from behind the arc. He had some really good three-point attempts, but also just creating as well off of Gator Nichols, right?
Yeah.
And we saw it really be effective with Watson as well, and they all were over 15 points, right? And they're going to need other guys to step up because obviously game plans will be honed in on Gator Nichols. People know the threat. I mean, when you score 26 a game, you're going to be circled on a lot of opposing name sheets. So, again, it's going to be on those guys to step up as well. And then Rorig, who's so good in and around the basket defensively. That's what struck out for me in that matchup that they played against New Lexington. It was just so good in and around, like the MAC logo there on the in the paint. Just a really good job of, you had, 4 or 5 blocks the other night? And like almost all of them were in the first half. So, again, a physical presence inside. He's got really long arms. He can get out there and make a block.
Yeah.
And it's really an impressive thing here. So now the weight goes on here.
The ops people are working here. I know that much. I know some of them that work here at the Convo, and they're having discussions and saying, we don't know what's happening right now, but it is a delayed start, obviously.
There we go.
There we go. It's on. It is
Lights
working.
are on, and
Let's
a
go.
cheer-
We're
a
working in the
cheer
Convo.
rains down
They
from
say
the
lights
crowd.
off in the Convo. Well, it's lights on in the Convo now. And
We're going to have to put 2 more seconds.
I think what they're
'Cause
doing
we
is
haven't started
They're
yet.
testing everything and making sure it's all good to go. There's no issues, no problems with any of the boards, all that jazz.
And, well, we'll try it again here. The Convocation Center, the site of the the Division 4 Region 15 final. Maysville taking on River Valley Vikings and Panthers.
Here we go.
And after a slight delay, we're underway. Maysville wins the tip, and it gets into the hands of number 0, Gator Nichols.
Yeah, he's going to set up the offense, and I said about this in the pregame.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
a
a matchup
matchup
him
to
and
watch.
Weston.
100%. And Weston's so good defensively. We saw it a couple times in that matchup against Unioto. Like you mentioned, did such a great job on a great player in Blake Fitch for the Shermans. Maysville will reset at the top. Driving inside, this is Watson. He gets to the paint, kicks it out to Rorig. Nichols fights through the screen, is able to get the basketball. Weston playing great defense so far. Nichols is denied, but a foul.
It's Osting. And Osting
fouled out. Yes,
And
great point.
That game earlier this week, he fouled out against Unioto. They had to go with Axline and a mixture of Axline and Snyder down the stretch, did the Vikings.
So Nichols will go to the line, try and open the scoring here. 7:26. And we appreciate all of you watching on our Total Media YouTube channel. And Nichols scores the first point of this regional final.
Good work to start there and get on the board for Gator Nichols. He had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and even a block to his credit earlier this week against a familiar foe in New Lexington. And the fans are doing the Gator chomp. I like it.
And he drills them both. River Valley, this time the side out goes in. As, of course, that amazing finish the other night. They didn't have to inbound the basketball as they let the clock run out on Unioto's season and was able to pick up the fantastic 1-point victory. 66-65, a game they'll be talking about here in the Convocation Center for a long time between River Valley and Unioto. Here is Ebert, who I think, again, is going to hold the basketball a lot for this team. And they like him to get going. There's a 3 from Smith. Nothing but the backboard. But he'll get his own rebound and try again. And he'll miss it off the backboard this time. And Myers fought for the offensive rebound. Instead, it dribbles to Gator Nichols. Back the other way he goes. Gets into the paint. Again, being defended by Sawyer Weston. This is going to be a great battle all night long. There's Weston. Great defense, and they get a foul.
Another foul. Whistles are blowing a lot more frequent in this game, which is going to put River Valley on its heels. They were very aggressive in that game against Unioto. They let them play throughout a majority of that game, but whistle blowing frequent and early.
And again, that could be something to keep an eye on, especially with the high intensity of this Maysville offense. And now it gets into Iden, he gets it back to Nichols. Back to Iden. Deep three. Yup.
Bang.
Listen to that reaction. 5-0 start for the Panthers.
Yeah, and River Valley's got to settle in. That basketball game against Uniota, I mean, their team that averages about 68.81 points a game. They need to get going offensively.
Hosting inside. No good. Got his own rebound. And they get a walk.
Wow. I thought he was fouled. I thought they were going to get a whistle and get a foul, but no, they do not. Play on, they say.
We're standing up here right on the center court line, essentially, and the right side of our crowd is pretty much entirely light blue, and it's black on the other side for Maysville. River Valley wearing that light blue color, and, well, the crowd was very split on that decision, as you can imagine. And River Valley again complaining in the crowd. Here's another three from Iden. Yup.
Bang. They shoot it well. This team shoots it well from the outside. That's going to force a timeout from River Valley.
Maysville flying early. They're trying to go back to the Final Four. They're trying to take it one step further this year after losing in the state championship game last year. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports.
When every second counts, trust Emergency Medical Transport of Ohio. Covering Scioto, Pike, and Adams County, we're ready for any transport need. 911 emergencies, hospital transfers, dialysis, nursing home transports, and more. Safe, reliable, and always prepared. Our team is dedicated to getting you to where you need to be when you need to be there, because your care is our priority. Emergency Medical Transport of Ohio, ready when you need us. Serving Scioto, Pike, and Adams County. Call today or learn more online.
Discover the ultimate destination for custom apparel at Elizabeth's Custom Tees, specializing in direct-to-fill and printed.
River Valley's got to get off of or on their feet, I should say, as they're quickly down 8-0 in this matchup. And Smith cuts inside, pulls up for two, no good off the back bumper, and it's rebounded by Maysville. Smith 0 for 3 to start this matchup up. Thought about the three there to Watson, who's been quiet. Iden's got 6 points already. He's hit 2 threes. Gator Nichols has the other two for Maysville. Here he is on the basketball, being defended by Sawyer Weston. Now Watson gets back, dumps it off to Nichols. Nichols almost had the double team there. Now he'll spin inside at the MAC logo, dump it off. Watson for two.
Yeah, Cade Rock got that bucket on the inside. Easy bucket, found his block. They worked a little pick and roll action up top. I like it out of Southtown so far.
Yeah, can't really complain at all so far if you're a Maysville fan. They're off to a great start here, 10-0. And if you're, oh, wow. How about that? It flies up and over. Nichols, I think, tried to soar and keep it in, and he was unsuccessful. So River Valley will have an inbound underneath their attacking basket.
And we're going to see Snyder checking into the basketball game early here, giving Osting a rest on the bench. I think they're doing that for speed purposes.
Got to just get one in right now. Here's Sawyer Weston going to work, looking for help. And now he gets it in the form of Chase Ebert. Weston faking inside. Now he'll get it off. This is Snyder, who came into the game. Now Ebert's got it back inside to Smith. Floater, no good again. They're just not finding it down the cup right now.
Lid on the bucket.
Yeah. Now Watson, beautiful spin inside and lay it up for two.
12-0 run out the gate for Maysville. I mean, River Valley, talk about getting punched in the mouth right now. You have to respond. Somebody's got to step up.
Socked in the face as Weston puts one up. No good again. No buckets yet. And guess what? Maysville hasn't missed a shot. Couldn't be two more contrasting starts right now. And it's a nightmare scenario for the Vikings. Watson spinning. No good. Finally, Maysville misses a shot. Finally something to cheer about for the River Valley faithful. Now Weston will throw up a three. No good again. Maybe there is a proverbial lid on the basket. Maybe it's not proverbial. And now there's a poke away by Smith, and it'll go out of bounds off of him. Maysville basketball.
Yeah, I mean, starting out the gate, they haven't made a single bucket. Smith so far 0 for 3 from the floor. Weston hasn't got involved, and another guy who hasn't really touched the basketball so far is Carter Myers.
Yeah.
He really has not touched it offensively.
Up, this is a long two, no good. Rebound Smith. Here is Myers. Almost lost it. Almost traveled,
Turned it
and then
over.
there is a turnover. Snyder couldn't corral it. Here's Nichols, gets through the screen, jumps back behind the three-point line now, pulls up a three, no good, nothing. But it'll be off of Myers. Maysville basketball.
Yeah, and River Valley in that game had 12 turnovers against Unioto. Half of that for Maysville in their basketball game. So far, 2-0 in favor of Maysville. Maysville, no turnovers so far out the gate, 2 for the Vikings.
Iden driving inside, fouled. Didn't get the shot to go, but he'll go to the strike for a couple.
This is what Maysville is able to do, though. I mean, this team offensively, one of the best in the state, period. I'm just going to say period at that point. I mean, they can get out, they can run, they can score from anywhere. That's how this team plays. They can score on anybody. And their 3 losses this year to John Glenn, Tri-Valley, and Tri-Valley, they scored 63, 64, and 48. They scored over 60 points in 2 of their losses this year. River Valley had to get overtime to score 60 against Unioto.
And you think about the quality of both Tri-Valley and John Glenn. And you think, oh, this is a legit basketball team when you're losing those games, and they were all tight losses as well. So both free throws drilled, and again, we are now over 5 minutes into the basketball game, and still no makes for the Vikings. Trying to change that is Ebert, and finally, River Valley is on the board, 14-2.
If there's anybody you want to get going, it is him. It is Ebert. He is the player of the year for this squad in the district. Get him going offensively.
Nichols cutting back inside, pulling up for a deuce. No good. Rebound Smith. Got to just steal some momentum back now. Do the Vikings. Here is Ebert again.
Need something like a 3 here.
Dumps it off to Smith.
This is a momentum possession. We've talked about that a lot
is.
here in the postseason. This is a huge one right here.
Tuck it inside to Carter Myers. He puts it up. Got it for 2.
Good take.
Vikings are alive now. Buckets on back-to-back possessions. It's a 10-point lead for the Panthers.
And Myers, we talked about him. Get him involved in this basketball game offensively. Good work there from River Valley to answer 4-0 spurt.
And there's a poke away, but it was picked up quickly. And now Nichols to the cup. No good. Rebound Myers. Coach Brown telling him to get going. Here's Weston trying to go coast to coast. No good. Rebound Nichols. Nichols almost lost it there on the gather, was able to get it back. Here's Watson, driving inside, spinning nicely. Here's Iden, who's been red hot from behind the arc. Being defended by Snyder.
Good defense there.
It was. Watson inside, lost it, but fouled. That was a wacky shot.
It's because Ebert from behind just tried to poke it away, as you've seen so many times. But already 4 team fouls from River Valley early in this basketball game.
And 3 of them have been shooting fouls.
Correct.
So they've already sent Maysville to the line. This will be the 5th and 6th shots. And, well, for the rest of the quarter, they're shooting, last minute 27, they'll be shooting free throws. And, well, that's their first miss. They had made their first 4. Roerig back in now. He'll check in for Rock.
And we've seen Ferguson already get some quality minutes in this basketball game. He played a decent amount of that game against New Lexington. 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Watson misses them both. Rebound bouncing around, and guess who taps it out? It's Roerig. So Maysville missed both free throws, but they get it straight back. Now Iden puts it up. No good. And it's picked up again by Maysville. Here's a 3 from Roerig. No good again. River Valley got a couple of get-out-of-jail-free cards. They nearly lost it there again in the backcourt.
Numbers, though. 5-on-4 set here. Got to get it. Got to get this.
Nice movement. Here's a 3 from Sawyer. No good. And they get the rebound. Deep 3 from Ebert. No good. Another rebound by Myers. It'll be out of bounds off of Maysville. Sawyer Weston hasn't really been able to get going so far, shooting-wise, for the Vikings. 57 seconds to go in this opening quarter of the Region 15 final. Now Weston will drive inside, almost unopposed, got a foul, and the bucket. Welcome to the scoring charts, Sawyer Weston. And he's got a chance to cut the deficit to 7. A nice end of this quarter for River Valley to make this a bit more interesting after that red-hot start for Maysville.
And they need this right here to make it on a 7-0 run down the stretch of this quarter, get within half. That's what needs to set up here. That's what River Valley's needed to do. They just took some time to get going.
And missed it. Now Nichols will go back to work, 14-6. 14-0 start, 6-0 response. And that's where we're at right now, essentially. 34 seconds to go in this first quarter. See how aggressive Maysville gets if they try and hold for a final shot or if they'll just roll to the basket. Now they get it to number 0, Gator Nichols. Being defended very tightly by Sawyer Weston. And I think at this point they will hold for the final shot.
Unless they get something easy to the bucket from Nichols, but he's just trying
Nichols
not to get a 5 count. They wanted a 5 count there to River Valley. They're faithfuls on their feet with the defense.
Rohrig with the roll. And they want another travel to get it back to Rohrig. He gets it up and in. Great possession there for Maysville. Here's a deep 3. Good if it goes. And a little bit too strong. So Maysville finishes the quarter up by 10, 16-6. Second quarter action coming up next. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports.
Hungry for something amazing? Sully's in the Valley is now open in Beaver, serving up the best flavors around, from sizzling brick oven pizzas to what might be the best Reuben in Ohio. Every bite is made with top quality, high-grade ingredients, fresh, flavorful, and crafted to perfection. Sully's is your new go-to spot. Come see what everyone's talking about. Sully's in the Valley, now open in Beaver.
Entertaining first quarter goes the way of the Panthers. They lead it by 10, 16-6. River Valley started to get back into it there, but a quick turnaround and bucket for Maysville, just extending the lead back to double digits. They'll get the ball here to start the second quarter. Get it to Myers. Here's Sawyer Weston. Kick out to inside now. It's Ebert for 2. Yep, they need more of that. And Chase Ebert drives straight to the cup. Right now, Maysville doubling up River Valley, 16-8. And so far, Weston's done a pretty good job at corralling Gator Nichols, but they've allowed a lot of opportunities for other players on that Panther squad to do some damage. Namely, Landon Iden hit a couple of threes. Here's Rohrig at the free throw line. Back out to Jordan Watson. Being defended there by Axline, who's in the game. Saw him a little bit. He was like the 7th or 8th guy off the bench for River Valley. He came in and played a lot in overtime in that game. Nichols hits the floor, and a couple of misses later, River Valley gets the basketball.
Yeah, Axline got quality minutes down the stretch of that game, especially after Osting fouled out. He was the one that they went to at the forward position.
Here's Ebert. Gets it off to Smith. Smith putting up an awkward shot, and Rohrig snags the rebound. Now Maysville moving in transition. And that's a throwaway tip, though. And Maysville will retain.
Almost a turnover there.
Yeah,
Watson
very nearly.
About lost that
Very
in his
nearly.
hands.
Is Eden right now leading the way with 8 points for Maysville. Here's Nichols, who again only has 2, but he loses that one. Here's Smith on the run out, and he's fouled. Doesn't get the roll. Oof. That might have been the loudest cheer of the day from the River Valley faithful had that gone down. Instead, Smith will shoot 2.
Gator Nichols with the foul. That's his first.
That's Smith so far. I mean, out the gate, he took the first 3 shots for the Vikings and still hasn't got one to fall. No points. Now make it 1 with that first made free throw.
7-point advantage for Maysville. They're not shooting as well this quarter. But really, since that hot start, they didn't miss a shot at the beginning of this game. And then since then, the numbers have gone down pretty significantly. And it's just interesting there. I'm not sure how many of you at home caught that, but Weston is straight up face guarding Gator Nichols. He's not even looking at the basketball.
It's a smart thing to do. He's a good defender. Yeah, that's what you want to do in this situation.
There's a good screen by Nichols inside, and that opens up the 2-point bucket there. That's Rock. And you saw Nichols again there. He doesn't have to be the primary scorer. He can still cause some damage. That was a beautiful screen that opened things up for Roaring. They wanted to travel there, did Maysville, didn't get it. And Weston dumps it off to Ebert. Ebert will pull up for three. No good, got nothing. And the crowd lets him know.
Still no 3-point buckets in this ball game for River Valley.
8-point lead, 18-10.
They made 6 in that game against Unioto, though. 6 threes for the Vikings.
Yeah, they're not a 3-point primary team, but they've got some guys who can shoot it. But they need a couple to
shoot
step
well.
up. They do, exactly. It's Nichols with a floater, no good. And somehow he got that rebound. I'm not sure how. With half a hand, he was able to get that. Now Watson into the corner. Roaring for three. No good, too strong. Rebound Weston. Maysville now the one team that struggled a little bit. Axel made a good cut to the bucket, wasn't seen. Now Ebert will drive to the hoop, and he'll be fouled. Free throws coming.
Cade Rock with the foul. That's his first. Second team foul.
Ebert now will shoot a couple. He's got those 2 ankle braces you see on his left and right foot. First free throw up and no good. He's got 4 points right now.
Gavin Ferguson returns for Landon Iden.
And Iden checks out of the game. He's the leading point scorer in this matchup right now. He's got 8 points. Ebert's second free throw is good. 7-point lead again. It's kind of around where it's hovered this whole quarter. River Valley did a good job of not letting it slip away after what was just a fantastic start by Maysville. They did a good job establishing and getting back into this ball game, and it's far from over here at the combo. Roaring gets it back to Nichols. Nichols to Watson. Watson in and around the left elbow, being defended by Myers, who's been quiet today. Myers now switches to Roaring in defense. Nichols now switching over to the right elbow, being defended by Ebert. Got the switch, poked away, and it's off Nichols.
Good defense. River Valley's really tightened up their defense here.
I was just about to say that.
After that crazy start from Maysville, they've definitely tightened up their defense, have the Vikings playing well. It's just that you got to take the lid off the bucket on the opposite end.
And that was a good switch as well. You saw there briefly that Ebert was actually on Gator Nichols because they got it off a screen. And despite the matchup switch, Ebert did a good job defensively there, getting the tip off. And now the crowd on its feet here for Maysville. They sense that this is one of our patented momentum possessions here. Smith driving to the cup, putting it up. Awkward shot, no good. Fight for the rebound is off of Axline. Has not been Chase Smith's day so far. Still has not made a field goal. Has a couple of free throws, but he's missed a lot of shots.
Debit card here at the scorer's table. Amanda Doan. Debit card was left at the concession stand. We have it here at the scoring table.
Gator Nichols now going back to work offensively. He got it off into Ferguson. Now he gets it back, and they'll get a blocking foul on Smith. First foul of the quarter by River Valley. After, again, they had some quick ones there. They had Maysville in the bonus there for a while.
The good thing is that nobody has more than 1 foul, though.
No, as now Watson goes up and strong 2 there from Jordan Watson. Here's Weston outside. Myers for 3, trying to get him going. No good. And they'll get a blocking foul.
Be a push there. I think they might get it. Was a little bit of a hook there from Ferguson.
Yeah, they're going to get it on Maysville, so it'll stay down here. Substitution incoming here for the Vikings. Snyder's going to check into the game, and he'll take out Axline. Luke Axline, that is. There are 2 Axlines listed on that roster for River Valley. His brother Evan, also a part of the squad, is Smith. I would say he really hasn't been his day shooting the basketball. He gets to Ebert. 3:16 to go, 9-point lead right now for Maysville. Ebert gets the screen from Myers. Driving inside on Roerig. Here's Sawyer Weston. And he throws it away. Great defense from Maysville.
This seems, River Valley defensively here down the stretch, like I said, they've stepped up in this game so far, but Maysville just they're taking advantage. They're still taking advantage because they're forcing some tough shots from River Valley so far. River Valley still struggling from the floor. I mean, you're shooting about 22.2% from the floor right now for River Valley, so it's been a tough day so far.
30-second timeout. We'll stay here for this one. What are some other things and keys that you're noticing here as, River Valley have been in the game. They've gotten it to as low as 7, but they can't really get to that next level of making it just a couple of possessions.
Shooting. Shooting, obviously, we talked about that, but I think somebody has to step up in this game. We talked about how this team likes to spread it overall, the wealth offensively. It's not usually one guy. So far, it has not been Chase Smith's day. He's struggled from the floor so far. It's been a tough shooting so far for him. Ebert's also struggled from time to time so far in this basketball game, but, they're starting to settle in. Still no threes from the outside. A guy that I want to see get involved is Weston. Weston, I think, might be a guy
He's struggling from the field as well.
He hasn't had very many opportunities, hasn't touched the ball much yet. Him and Myers in this game. Myers missed a 3 on the opposite end. Obviously, he had a great performance. Both of them led the way with 21 and 19.
So the trap here on Nichols. He's able to get out of it and get it to Roerig. Nice cut there from Nichols, and a beautiful feed. Unselfish basketball from Gator Nichols. And Cade Rock stretches the lead back to double digits. And we talk so much about Maysville offensively and how good they are. Ebert drives to the hoop strong, too. It was just about to compliment how good Maysville have been defensively. The point still stands, but that's a beautiful bucket there from Chase Ebert.
Get to the cup. That's another thing that I was going to say from River Valley is get to the cup and get high percentage shots, and if you're not going to get that.
Here's that switch again. They get Ebert on Nichols. Nichols spinning, gets it out to Watson, and they get the switch back here. And again, good spacing defensively from River Valley and communication as well. Nichols deep tray, and he's fouled. So Gator Nichols will shoot 3, and that's just a bad mistake by Smith.
He just picked up 2 quick fouls in this situation. Don't want to pick up another before we hit that halftime break.
He will have 3 to shoot.
Gator Nichols shooting 3. Here's the first one, and he gets it. Good free throw shooter, Gator Nichols.
It's a good shooter.
Well, yeah.
Made his first 2 at the line. These are obviously 3, 4, and 5 here, so 3 for 3 to start off this basketball game from the stripe for Nichols.
Right now for River Valley, it's Ebert leading the way with 7 points. Second one is good as well. Iden will check back in now. Interesting, over on the bench there, it looks like they're checking something out on Gavin Ferguson. Or maybe it's just coaching.
I think it's coaching. I think it's coaching over there.
Always good to see that. It looks like it's one of the assistants giving him some pointers and direction.
Assistant coach Jared Cox. I mean, him and Dave Brown have done a great job. They've been together for a while for this Maysville squad. They've done a great job to keep it going. Head coach and assistant coach.
Yeah, and again, you think about last year, the heartbreak that they suffered, getting all the way to the final game and not getting it done, and now River Valley responds. There's a nice finish inside by Snyder. They get a 10-point game again. As I was saying with Maysville, you come so close, right? And you get back, and to get back to that spot is such a difficult thing. Maysville just 2 games away from doing that. As now, nice cut. Here's Iden, the hot hand from 3. Didn't get it, and it bounced off of the rim and over the basketball, or over the backboard. So it's a 10-point lead with 1:32 to play. It's kind of where it's hovered most of this matchup, right around the 8 to 10-point gap. River Valley will look to try and maybe make it a 2-score game before halftime. And they'll feel pretty good about that if they can do that. Maysville crowd been great. Here's Smith in the corner. Inside, it's still being fought for. Myers able to get it, then he lost it, but he was fouled in the process.
They're going to get row rig on it.
That is the last foul that Maysville had to give. So not shooting free throws yet, but any foul the rest of the way in this first half will have the Vikings shooting 2 free throws. They get it up. Oh, nice play. Beautiful on the inbound there. And Myers soared above the crowd for 2. Watson now going back to work offensively for Maysville. Dumps it off to Iden. Iden being defended by Snyder. Snyder switches off. They got Gator Nichols in a trap. He's able to get it off to Rohrig. 47 seconds to play in this opening half. It's really been mostly Maysville in front, but River Valley not going away. There's Nichols, beautiful shift. Tried for the feed, had it poked away from Rock for a second. Now Watson will pull for 3. Got it. 11-point game again. Ebert will dump it off to Smith. Smith inside, nice feed. Snyder passed up the shot. Had a great look, decided not to take it. Now Ebert will step inside. He lost the basketball. Still bouncing around, and it will be off of the Vikings. It's a rough sequence there for River Valley as they give up the 3 and then don't respond on the other end. As now we're going to see Hudson Pollock check into the game briefly for Smith. Don't want Smith to pick up the 3rd foul. Right on the cusp of halftime, and especially in a desperation possession here. 11-point lead. They could extend it to maybe 13 or 14 with a quick bucket, or maybe, no, Nichols is able to steal it to the cup for 2. River Valley got to go quick. 1 second to go. Shot is off. No good. The Southtown crowd is loud at the Convo. And Maysville takes a 13-point lead into the halftime locker room. We'll step aside. We'll break down this first half when we come back. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports.
In life's most challenging moments, turn to the compassionate staff at Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver, Ohio. Whether you're facing an unexpected loss or considering pre-planned arrangements, the team is here to assist you every step of the way. You will be guided through all aspects of the arrangement process with care and understanding. At Cox Burkett Funeral Home in Beaver, they're there to support you in creating a service that honors and celebrates the life of your loved one. Cox Burkett Funeral Home, where compassion meets understanding. Call anytime.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Are you feeling the chill or battling the heat? Look no further than Austin Heating and Cooling, your one-stop solution for all your HVAC needs. Serving Beaver, Ohio and beyond, we offer complete residential and light commercial services, including HVAC installation, repairs, and maintenance. But that's not all. Partner with Village Construction and Septic, we provide comprehensive solutions from walk-in coolers to wood boilers, plumbing, and even camper services. With over 15 years of experience, you can trust us to keep you comfortable all year round. Call Corey Austin at 835-1365 or find us on Facebook. Austin Heating and Cooling, your comfort is our priority.
A proud sponsor of Eastern Pike Local School Sports, Chase Brown Law, LLC is your trusted attorney in Waverly, Ohio. Whether it's real estate, closings, title searches, estate planning, probate, child custody, or divorce, we're here to help. Visit us at 112 West 3rd Street or call 740-947-2176. Chase Brown Law, your partner in navigating life's legal complexities.
Discover the ultimate destination for custom apparel at Elizabeth's Custom Tees. Specializing in direct-to-fill and printed apparel and top-notch embroidery, we bring your designs to life with crisp vibrancy. From sports team to businesses, we got you covered. Our embroidery services offer a classic, high-quality finish. Whether it's clothing or accessories, we customize it all. Serving Beaver, Ohio, and beyond, contact Philip or Kristen Babs at 357-6531 or 395-4905. Visit us on Facebook or email elizabethstees@gmail.com. Elevate your style with Elizabeth's Custom Tees today.
Looking for a delicious and healthy way to fuel your day? Look no further than DRN Nutrition in Piketon, Ohio. Energizing teas to protein-packed shakes, we've got the perfect boost to keep you going. Whether you're on the move or just craving something tasty, we have flavors you'll love and nutrition your body needs. Find us at 703 Southwest Street, Piketon, or call us at 740-835-6695 to order ahead. Join the DRN Nutrition family today and sip your way to better energy, better health, and a better you.
Attention DIYers and pros. Whether you're fixing buildings or upgrading, Williams Hardware has what you need. From power tools to plumbing supplies, paint to patio gear, we've got it.
Looking for a day packed with family fun? Look no further than Long's Retreat Family Resort. Make a splash in the lake or zoom down our water slides. Rent a paddle boat or canoe or challenge your friends to a round of mini golf. With go-karts, a video arcade, classic carousel, and more, there's something for everyone. Planning a birthday party, family reunion, or company picnic? Our shelter houses are perfect for your next gathering. Want to turn the fun into a getaway? Stay the night in one of our 31 cozy cabin rentals. Get away for the day in Latham, Ohio. Visit longsretreat.com for hours, pricing, and reservations. Long's Retreat Family Resort, where summer fun begins.
Welcome back to the Convocation Center. I am Ethan Sargent. Alongside me is Cade Williamson, and we welcome you up here to our broadcast booth. 30-17 is the advantage for the Maysville Panthers over the River Valley Vikings here at halftime. And the big story of that half, Cade, was River Valley struggles from the field, especially from behind the arc. Didn't make a single three.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough out there for River Valley to start off this basketball game. Usually they shoot it over 35% from three. They shoot it quite well from the outside, does this Viking squad, but it's been tough sledding so far in this basketball game. I think that's what they're going to be talking about here with Coach Brown. Obviously, two Coach Browns actually for this game. We got Dave Brown and Rodney Brown. Rodney Brown with River Valley, obviously talking there in that halftime break, telling the squad, hey, let's get out here. Let's start making some outside shots. Let's focus on that. They've done well getting to the basket, though. I will give them that, especially when it's Ebert. When Ebert's been able to attack on the inside, drive to the cup, and get some contested layups to fall, they've worked well in this basketball game. It's just continuing that and getting other pieces involved. Carter Myers, who led the way the other night with 29 points and 9 rebounds, so far has been very quiet in this basketball game. Only 2 points as they pass off the stats here.
Oh, right on cue, honestly. Right on cue about the stats. Here you go. Take us through some of the ones that stand out to you here.
So 0 for 7 from 3 right now stands out the most to me for River Valley at this point. 0 for 7 struggling beyond the arc. River Valley 7 for 21 together as the floor. 10 for 22 so far, though, is Maysville. Maysville's had some more success, obviously, from the floor in this basketball game. They've played well on the inside. Looking at, obviously, the other big stat right now, I mean, it was a stat to start off this basketball game was turnovers. It's 4-2 currently in favor of Maysville. Maysville with 2 turnovers. River Valley, obviously, with 4 in this situation. But the other thing is assists. 7 assists so far for Maysville, and 2
Nichols
for River Valley.
Few of them,
He does.
He's been really unselfish, and I think that's what's been a key today. Is Nichols, not exactly, putting up the crazy point performances we're used to seeing from him, but he's being unselfish. He's had a nice couple of passes underneath the basket for easy buckets for his teammates, and that's a key. If Maysville are going to stay ahead of the chains right now and continue to kind of be where they're at, which is right in that 8 to 12 point lead. Right now they lead by 13, but they led us by as many as 14. They started on a game on a 14-0 run.
Yeah.
And then they've really kind of maintained since then. River Valley have had a couple of spurts. They've gotten as close as 7, but they've never really gotten back close enough where they could feel like they're within a possession or two. What are the keys for River Valley to try and, sneak back in? They got to just try and close the gap. How can they do it?
I think defensively so far they've played quite well. They've done well against Nichols. Nichols had his first field goal from the floor with about 25 seconds left to go on that little run out that he had. and the easy layup that he was able to get. But they've defended him well. They've defended the outside shot well. Maysville, I mean, they are shooting over 40% from beyond the three, but they've taken 7 shots. 3 for 7 so far is Maysville beyond the arc. They've closed out. They've rotated well defensively. I think your defensive strategy so far for River Valley, not bad a start. Not bad start there in the first half. It's just making your shots at this point. That's really what it is. And it's not like they're taking bad shots. I mean, they've taken open opportunities. It's just not finding the bottom of the net. But I think you have to continue to shoot. Eventually, those shots are going to fall. You're not going to go 0 for the entire night from beyond the arc. You're going to eventually have one to fall. Now, I wouldn't say live or die from the outside shot. I wouldn't say that at this point. But try to get it going at this point of the game because you're going to need it. To get back in this game, I think that River Valley is going to have to go on about an 8-0 run with a big 3 or an and 1 opportunity. The idea of a momentum possession.
So big.
For those of you at home.
There's a reason why we keep talking about it. It's not because we're trying to bore you. It's because we're emphasizing how important it is because, you know, obviously basketball is a fickle game. And momentum is so huge. I don't know if there's a sport where momentum is more important than in basketball because of how quickly things can shift and a 10, 12, 15-point lead can evaporate in minutes because of momentum. So we'll step aside as the players here getting ready for the second half when we come back. Second half action from the Convo. Right now, it's Maysville by 13. We'll see if River Valley can turn it around here in just a second. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town.
You're watching Total Media Sports coverage of the OHSAA Convo Tournament. Don't forget to subscribe for more local sports content.
My Hero by Foo Fighters, great song. River Valley going to need a hero. They need somebody to step up, like you said at halftime. Will it be Myers, who's been pretty quiet so far today? Will it be Weston? Will it be Ebert, who's probably been River Valley's best player offensively so far today? And then Smith will have to shake off what was a shaky first half from the field. And maybe he could step up and make a couple of plays. The Vikings going to have to step up to overturn this deficit against a great Maysville squad, and Panthers will start with the basketball here. And already a little bit of pressure in the front court. And a good job in a steal. That's exactly the way River Valley would have wanted to start the half. And they get it quickly to Sawyer Weston. Kicks it to Smith. And now Myers in the corner. Driving inside. Weston from the top. Thought about the three. Instead pulled. Smith getting into Austin, who didn't have a ton to do in that first half. Roaring with the block. And another one, but this time it was illegal. First one was good. Second one was not. Osting to the line.
He didn't play too many minutes, did Osting?
No, he didn't. That was notable to me.
Only played 3 minutes and 12 seconds, and all of that was in the first quarter.
He did have a foul. Right now, nobody in major foul trouble just yet, as Osting will shoot a couple. First one is no good. And River Valley going to have to hit free throws down the stretch as well. They've missed a few today. Both teams, honestly, have missed a decent amount of free throws.
6 combined they've missed. Excuse me, 5 combined they've missed.
Made the second one, so it's a 12-point lead. First bucket of the second half to the Vikings, and it was a free throw. And now, got to get rid of it there, did Watson. He did to Rock, and Rock gets it right back to him. Being defended by Osting. They'll try and drive inside. Good defense there from Owen Osting. Now here's Weston on Nichols. Been a great battle all game long. And now they get the blocking foul on Weston. That's his second. He's only got 2 points to his name right now, Sawyer Weston, but he's doing a great job defensively. And the first foul there of the third quarter. Here's Jordan Watson. Driving inside, kicking it now is Rohrig. Rohrig inside to Rock. Rock spinning, rejected by Osting. Nice defense there. He's making an impact right now is Owen Osting. Ebert tried to throw up a lob, and I don't think anybody's ready for it. And then, yeah, there's the conversation between Myers and Ebert. Not on the same page. And Maysville will take advantage of that and go to work offensively. They get the switch. Now outside. Iden thought about the three. Instead, Check got a wide open Roaring underneath the basket for two.
Inside for two. Kane Roaring.
Again, Nichols unselfish and Iden extremely unselfish. Now Osting with the shot, no good. And a fight for the basketball that Rock wins. They got Rohrig wide open again underneath the basket. Instead, they pass it up. Iden for three, no good. Rebound, Rohrig. Those long arms being put to good use. Watson for three on the second chance. Oh, 3 buckets. And then they get a foul on River Valley underneath the cup.
I think it's against Ebert. If so, that would be his second. Hoping it's not against Weston. No, I think they might get Osting, actually. Yeah, it will be Osting, so second for Osting. We're going to immediately see Hudson Pollock
he'll check right out. Yep. Did a pretty good job there in that first half, but he picks up another quick foul, so he heads back to the bench.
Only about 5 minutes of game time so far for the starter and senior Osting.
Get into Nichols. Nichols found a bit of space, pulled up, drilled it. Can't even give him the smallest hint, or he's going to take that opportunity, and Gator Nichols drills it from the mid-range. Weston rejected by Rohrig, but is able to snag the rebound, and then he goes right back to work on Nichols. Just turns straight around and starts face guarding. And he's got a smile as he rolls back down the court. Landon Iden driving inside, pulling up, got it.
Right when River Valley seems like they might spring something, Maysville's right back there in this basketball game.
Yeah, they just stay a couple of steps ahead, and they have really all game long. Myers for two, no good. Weston fought for the rebound eventually. It bounces to Rohrig, and now Weston with a steal in the front court. Did a great job there, did Sawyer Weston, to keep the basketball. Now he drives to the cup, and he gets it for two. That's all hustle. All hustle there from Sawyer Weston to make that happen. And then they get a foul, but then he fouls. That's 3. And now he's just asking a word.
Arguing his case, and Nichols is getting in his face quite quickly. It's been pretty chippy, I'll say that much. It's been chippy here.
And the substitution came in there as I believe Pollock checked back into the game. He did. Hudson Pollock is in now, and Weston will have to sit on the bench for at least a little bit here with the 3 fouls. He's done such a good job defensively and made a great hustle play on that last possession. River Valley will have to do without it here for a little bit. Now Nichols, deep 3, no good. Nichols has not had his best shooting day, and then a miscommunication under the basket.
It was
Couple
Pollock.
of those in this first half, or in this second half.
Pollock had the easy rebound, and Smith thought he was going to corral it. None of them touched the basketball. It kicks off their legs, out of bounds.
That's one of a couple miscommunications here. As now Watson spins inside. Ebert fouled him. Nope, it's on the floor, says the official.
It's Ebert's 4th if he gets it. Already 4 team fouls for River Valley.
Picking up the foul. That's his second. The 4th on the team.
So they're in some trouble now. So,
They're going to be shooting free throws the rest of this quarter, and there's still over half of it to play. Here's inside. Easy for Nichols, but he didn't get it. And again, they can't snag the rebound. That's Smith. And those are the sort of shots Gator Nichols makes. It hasn't been his best day from the field shooting-wise, but he's still making a huge impact on this basketball game. Now he gets it inside. Watson, floater, nope, rebound. Kick out. Iden for three. Yup. Largest lead of the game for the Panthers of Maysville. They lead it by 17.
It's energy's starting to get a little topsy-turvy right now.
It is. You can hear the crowd reactions. Again, they're sitting not 5 feet in front of us right here.
Split right down the middle court. The left to us, the left side of the convo is all in Maysville black, and the right side is all in that light River Valley blue. 50-50 split.
They need a spurt here at the end of this quarter to get back in this ball game. Into the corner to Smith. He gets it off to Myers. Myers, nice passing. Weston back into the game. Drives to the cup. No good, but the rebound tipped out and eventually secured by Gator Nichols. Nichols got it back. Weston on him. Couple of guys on him. He falls over. And again, just they cannot snag a rebound right now.
They only have 2 in this second half. Do the Vikings compared to Maysville?
I think one of them was offensive by
yes.
Weston. So only one defensive rebound, just not what they could do. And it's not like they're outmatched size-wise either. They're pretty even, at least by the eye test, in terms of the height department. Is now Iden drives inside, got position for a second, lost it, got it back, put it up and in. Lead is 19. And another foul on Iden. Again, still, and we haven't really talked about it, no made threes.
Yeah.
River Valley, not a single make from behind the arc.
I mean, hey, when the other team's got a handful in their back pocket, counting them up right now. Got 4 made threes so far in this game. So, I mean,
and a couple of them were early in that opening spurt. Iden had a couple. Here's a three. Will they break the duck here? No. That was Snyder. Didn't get it. Nichols now being defended by Snyder. Chase Smith came over for the double team. And a pass inside is off of the hands of Watson. And it will be River Valley basketball.
Definitely looked like it was off of the hands of a defender there on the inside. I think it was Carter Myers who was coming over to help.
Yeah, it was a close one. River Valley will take any break they can get right now, down 19, as Ebert breezes inside. Beautiful take, and he got it to go. 9 points for Chase Ebert. Right now leading the way for all scorers is Landon Iden. He's got 15. Nichols got 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And he's got the basketball here. And there's a foul on Smith.
That's his third. That'll send Rock to the line to shoot 2.
Picking up a foul, that's his third. It's the 5th team foul.
And I don't think Maysville knew. Now they do.
Rock at the line, double bonus.
Shooting a couple. Again, remember, we've got another matchup coming up in right around an hour and a half's time between Minford and Chesapeake, our Division 5 Region 19 final, little OVC SOC battle. A couple of teams here from Southeast Ohio as we await the winner of this one, who will be punching their ticket to the Final Four.
Memphis looking for its first Final Four trip of all time, and Chesapeake's only been once before, back in 2010.
And Rock doesn't get either free throws. Oh, a bailout there for River Valley. Hasn't been the best day from the free throw line for Maysville as Ebert drives inside, dumps it off again, and just a miscommunication offensively.
Spacing.
It's a problem right now. And Watson drives inside on Ebert. Rohrig for 3. Yup. Timeout. Cade. Rohrig. And right now, the Panthers are inching closer to getting back to the Final Four. We'll step aside. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports.
You're watching Total Media Sports coverage of the OHSAA Convo Tournament. Don't forget to subscribe for more local sports content.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
And now we got some complaining going on. And again, a little feisty in the arena right now as Gator Nichols being defended tightly now. They got Snyder on him now because of the no fouls. And again, Maysville crowd loud and on its feet now. behind their guy, Gator Nichols. Gator driving to the cup, stops on a dime. And he'll hold here with 30 seconds left. Still got it. He's got to get his dribble going. He does, and he dumps it off to Watson. A bucket here. Could be a dagger. Inside, nice ball movement. Watson up for two. Got it. Beautifully done, and now a trap set. Watson's got to get rid of it, and they don't get it off in time. Even this just goes, it doesn't count. Maysville up by 21. 53-32. The Panthers sensing another trip to the Final Four. We'll step aside. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports. That Maysville crowd sensing their team inching closer and closer to the Final Four in Division 4. And they're sensing a regional championship in Region 15. Not over just yet. 8 minutes for River Valley. Try to salvage it, and that's the way to start the quarter. Quick bucket from Chase Ebert. And they cut the lead to 19. They're going to need a lot of high pressure, and they're going to need to create some turnovers for Maysville, and there just haven't been a lot of them today from the Panthers. Iden now gets it to Rock. And this is Watson, had it poked away. And diving for it was Axline, that's foul.
Luke Axline, that foul, that's his first of the period for the team.
And it does create another opportunity potentially for a turnover. And now they get it into Watson. Watson inside, and Rock does turn it over. So good job defensively there from River Valley. Weston's got to get rid of it. Gets it up to Ebert. Ebert to the cup. Dish it to Myers. Got it and one. Good start to the fourth for River Valley. And if they want to claw their way back into this game, this is how you do it.
Ferguson with the foul, his second, but you're absolutely right there, Ethan. I mean, if you're going to try to claw your way back in, the second half has been all Maysville. They've got it all the way up 20-plus at a couple points in this basketball game. And I'm just looking up and looking at the scoreboard right now. 4 Panthers in double figures right now. It's not a one-man show. It's a multi-man show.
There's Myers. He's up to double digits now. He's got 12. And again, you need to just continue to create turnovers, River Valley, and continue to cause havoc defensively and turn that into easy points. And then maybe you could start thinking about getting back into this ball game. It's a 16-point advantage right now for Maysville. Beautiful feed inside to Nichols. Got the roll. Gator Nichols doing what he does. He's up to 13 points. Here's Axline in the corner. Feeds it inside. All the way across to Myers. Back to Axline. Myers in the corner gets it inside to Sawyer Weston. Weston spinning, drilling it. Nice bucket there.
Sawyer Weston.
Now Rohrig, who's hit some big threes in this game. And Weston has to be careful there with the 3 fouls.
Yeah, don't want to pick up your 5th and foul out of this basketball, or excuse me.
No, he's only
pick
got
up your
3.
4th.
So the point still stands though, as Nichols floater for 2, no good. Rebound by the Vikings. Got to go with some pace to River Valley. They get it to Weston in the corner. Here's Snyder for three. Yup. And just like that, a little 9-2 run to just make things interesting. Timeout. Oh. I think there was a collision there between Maysville's coach and a couple of players. Nichols and Snyder had a collision. And just like that, a small hint of momentum for River Valley. They still have a lot of work to do. Down by 13. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports.
Looking for a day packed with family fun? Look no further than Long's Retreat Family Resort. Make a splash in the lake or zoom down our water slides. Rent a paddle boat or canoe or challenge your friends to a round of mini golf. With go-karts, a video arcade, classic carousel, and more, there's something for everyone. Planning a birthday party, family reunion, or company picnic? Our shelter houses are perfect for your next gathering. Want to turn the fun into a getaway? Stay the night in one of our 31 cozy cabin rentals. Get away for the day in Latham, Ohio. Visit longsretreat.com for hours, pricing, and reservations. Long's Retreat Family Resort, where summer fun begins.
Well, River Valley have climbed back into this game a little bit. They've gone on I actually miscounted, it was a 10-2 run, not a 9-2 run. And they've just made things less of a formality here. Still, again, like I said right before the break, a lot of work to do. But they are making things quite interesting here at the end, as Iden able to get the inbound pass. And Jordan Watson controls, being defended by Chase Ebert. Dumped it off now to Nichols, who's being defended by Snyder. That's the interesting switch that they've made now, is Snyder's been the primary defender here on Nichols ever since that third foul that was picked up by Sawyer Weston. Nichols driving inside, spinning, doesn't get it, but the rebound secured by Rock. Still bouncing around off of a head. And oh, what beautiful movement by Ebert on the run out. And he gets it for two. How about that? Behind the back. Again, most momentum they've had all game.
Needed to force that turnover right there, did River Valley. I mean, this is the closest lead.
Now an offensive foul on Nichols. And again, they sense that there might be an opportunity to get back in this ball game. They hit a three here, and you might hear the roof come off of this right side of the arena.
They have timeouts, too. That's the big thing. Maysville's used a
All
lot
four.
of their timeouts.
Well,
four of their
five,
five,
yeah.
yes. The only one that they scored was after the 14-0 run out the gate from Maysville.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good situation.
And this is the tightest it's been here in the second half. Big possession here. Kick out. Got Myers for three. No good, in and out. Almost went down that one.
It's close. It was close.
And now back the other way, Iden. Here's a kick out. Rohrig for three. Yup. He's hit some huge shots today. There's another one.
Three down the stretch here from Rohrig. Didn't have any points in that game against New Lexington earlier this week, and he's not missing from the outside.
Here's Axline with a three. No good. Rebound by Maysville. 3-on-1 in transition. Iden for three. Dagger if it goes. He doesn't get it. And Weston goes back up the other way for River Valley. Here's another three from Snyder. That was a long three. Snyder ran into his own bench. Didn't get it. 4 minutes to play. Myers inside. Wanted to walk there. Here's another three from Rohrig. No good. And on the box out, they're going to get a foul.
I think it's going to go against Snyder there.
If that's on Snyder, it's his third.
Will be on him.
Smith's going to come back into the game here for Axline. And again, kind of the story of this game. Right when River Valley sensed momentum, sensed the chance to maybe, just maybe, pull off the comeback of all comebacks, there's Maysville with a huge three and some big momentum swings. And now again with a 14-point advantage. And the basketball as Nichols now is fouled. And again, it's getting a little chippy here inside the Convocation Center.
Maysville faithful won a technical. I don't think it would have warranted a technical.
So
I don't think it was enough to warrant.
It was just just
flagrant.
playing hard
Yeah.
basketball. I don't think so.
I mean, you're just trying to guard a guy that's handling
This is the
basketball,
regional final.
Yeah,
This game means something, right? Let them
it
play.
does.
And the River Valley faithful were chanting "Baby Gator."
And timeout River Valley here. I like that decision.
Yeah, just diffuse and calm down a little bit, potentially. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside here. Under halfway to go in this fourth quarter. Maysville getting closer, but not quite there yet. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports.
Discover the ultimate destination for custom apparel at Elizabeth's Custom Tees. Specializing in direct-to-film printed apparel and top-notch embroidery, we bring your designs to life with crisp vibrancy. From sports team to businesses, we've got you covered. Our embroidery services offer a classic, high-quality finish. Whether it's clothing or accessories, we customize it all. Serving Beaver, Ohio, and beyond, contact Philip or Kristen Babs at 357-6531 or 395-4905. Visit us on Facebook or email elizabethstees@gmail.com. Elevate your style with Elizabeth's Custom Tees today.
A proud sponsor of Eastern Pike Local School Sports, Chase Brown Law, LLC is your trusted attorney in Waverly, Ohio. Whether it's real estate, closings, title searches, estate planning, probate, child custody, or divorce, we're here to help. Visit us at 112 West 3rd Street or call 740-947-2176. Chase Brown Law, your partner in navigating life's legal complexities.
Looking for a delicious and healthy way to fuel your day? Look no further than DRN Nutrition in Piketon, Ohio. Energizing teas to protein-packed shake.
Gator Nichols going back to work offensively, quickly to the cup for two. That's his job, and he does it with efficiency and authority.
Now tied with the team high at 15 points. He stepped up in the second half.
And again, the point scoring again has been kind of quiet for Gator Nichols, but still he's been fantastic creating and playmaking. It's a deep three from Smith. Got it.
First field goal of the game for Smith.
Had to have it, and he does. 13 points now is the lead. Maysville wanted a foul there on Sawyer Weston. Instead, driving to the cup is Iden, no good. Radert rejected. Now Ebert. Got to go quickly, do Maysville. There's Myers inside. Got it and one. They just won't go away.
No, they won't. They're sticking around in this game.
And we saw, again, that tenacity and fight. They trailed for so long in that game against Unioto. It's kind of the same story, just not quite the deficit. They always felt like they were down by about 5 or 6 points in that game. Then they had that late spurt, were able to hold off and hang on for the win in overtime. They're going to have to do something similar today, as there's the three-point opportunity is translated. Lead is down to just 10. And again, a turnover here, potential momentum swing could be big. And now Rock is all alone at the three-point line. And the defense gets back in here. 2:40 to go. They got Watson. He ducked under. Nice job. Watson floater, no good. Got his own, or if there was I think they actually knocked into each other there, the two players from Maysville, and took the rebound away from each other. Smith, three, no good. Rebound secured by Snyder. Great job there to get it. Spinning inside, foul by Rorig.
His first.
Great job there by Snyder. He'll shoot two to make this a single-digit deficit for really the first time this second half.
First time almost since I want to say
couple
maybe
times in the second quarter, it got close.
It got down maybe to about 9
7
or so.
or 8, yeah. But again, this is kind of the closest that they've been. And you got to make your free throws though, as Snyder can't get the first one.
They are now 6 for 10 from the line. Or the Vikings.
Smith checks out. That's probably a smart idea just to keep him. You want to be able to have him come back into this ball game. Second free throw up and good this time. 9-point game. And again, you got to keep creating turnovers. They've done a great job this quarter. And now they got Nichols in a trap here. And Nichols does a great job to get out of that. Almost got himself into big trouble, but got him out just as spectacularly. Now into the front court. Go the Panthers. They get it to Watson. Now he's in trouble in the corner. And we get it. Oh, no, he stepped out of
Stepped
bounds.
out. No, turnover. Yeah, I thought it was a timeout. No, it is a timeout. It is a timeout.
It is a
30-second
timeout.
timeout
So
for
why did the
Maysville.
official point?
I think he
other
was pointing. He was pointing
okay,
where the inbound.
I think a
would
lot of
be.
the crowd shared the same reaction. They kind of thought they were pointing that way. We'll stay here for the 30-second timeout. You have to commend the effort from River Valley to stay in this game.
Yeah, I mean they played very well down the stretch, but the difference right now, Ethan, that 14-0 run to start this game from Maysville.
It is.
That is the difference currently. I mean, Maysville just came out the gate swinging, and River Valley's been clawing back ever since. They have not led at all this entire ball game. Maysville has led all but, I want to say it is 33 seconds of this basketball game Maysville has led. So River Valley's been clawing from a deficit since 2-0 at the 33 seconds into this basketball game. They've been trailing ever since. So that's where I think some adjustments are going to have to be made here from River Valley. But the difference in this game, that run.
It's a 9-point game. Maysville led by as many as 20. And the lead is slow down. How about this guy, too, down the stretch? Roerig's been fantastic. Hit some huge threes right now. And those threes are the difference. All three of them, actually, are the exact difference. 2 minutes now. River Valley does have one foul to give here. We'll see how they try to use it. And they don't get a foul there. Now Iden's got it. They're going to have to foul here soon. Good passing from Maysville. And now Iden does foul. So this will be an inbound still. That was the last foul to give.
It's his fourth foul to go against Ebert.
Yeah, don't want to have him foul out. Couple of Vikings with 4 fouls on the floor right now. Ebert, who's got 16 points, 4 rebounds for assist, and then Smith, who now comes out of the game. Don't want him to pick up the 4th foul, or the 5th foul.
Honestly,
and Ebert's got to be real careful, too.
Honestly, if you want to foul anybody here on Maysville, I would try to get maybe not
Roerig's
Roerig,
wide
maybe
open
not
under the
him.
basket, but they get the tip away. Here's Myers. Driving inside. Didn't get the roll. And it's off of River Valley.
I think it was over top. It was whoever came up over top, tapped it away.
I
It might
think
have
it
been
was Weston.
Weston, yes. Just tapped it away. Got to
And
convert
that's a
that
tough
bucket.
break there for the Vikings in a game that's just had a lot of them. And now Nichols gets the basketball back. Here's that full court pressure that they kind of have to input here. Got to go quickly, and they get it over.
Ooh,
over and back.
Yep. That's the right call.
Iden just, he shifted. He had it in the front court, shifted his foot back to kind of like take a step forward. And that's an over and back. So another turnover. Maysville haven't exactly gone about closing this game out in the most opportune way possible.
They have 7 second-half turnovers. River Valley's only had 2. The Vikings have taken care of the basketball quite well here in the second half, but if you want to
Have
put
to score.
momentum in all caps,
Have to score.
momentum possession right here.
Have to score on this possession. Here's Ebert. Driving inside. Doesn't get it, but a foul. He'll shoot 2.
It's a late call. Late whistle came in there. I think that might be Roerig. It will be him.
It's going to be his 3rd. Roerig, who's been so good, and he's in double-double, close to double-double territory. He's got 13 points, only needs 2 more rebounds. He's got 8. Got to hit your free throws, and first one is no good. Again, it's costing them down the stretch right now, these missed free throws, really badly.
Yeah, earlier this week they had a couple misses down the stretch against Unioto when they led in that overtime
They
period.
did, and it almost let Unioto come back and send that game almost to a second overtime. And Ebert misses the second one, just brutal misses at the line, and when you absolutely couldn't have them for River Valley, and there's a foul, that'll be Weston, that'll be his 4th. And Maysville will go to the line. 70 seconds remaining. Gator Nichols just getting a word over there from Coach Dave Brown.
He's probably telling him, be smart here in this situation.
Can't have anything silly.
Saying, hey, I got confidence in you, kid.
Exactly.
Let's stay smart in this situation.
As Watson misses the first free throw. Both teams have had their moments from the free throw line today.
And that is the 5th miss there from Maysville. And they've made 11. So 11 for 16 from the line heading into this 17th free throw of the game.
Second one is good. Back to a 10-point lead. Again, these are possessions. You got to have it here for River Valley. Weston driving inside quickly to the cup. Rejected by Rohrig. How many plays is this kid going to make?
That's his third of the game already. He stepped up huge in this second half, man. Huge.
Absolutely. And now inside, easy two for Rock. Crowd on its feet. They can sense it now. 48 seconds. Got to go quickly. And Ebert straight to the cup. Got it and one. Again, they just refuse to go down easy. And Ebert is a little ginger after that one. Not sure if I'd be doing that chant
I
just
wouldn't
yet.
know if I'd be doing that
It's
either.
a little,
There's
I
still
would say
time.
There were
There's still
20
40,
seconds
43
maybe.
seconds left.
But the amount of turnovers Maysville's had in this second half, I'm not sure how much I'd be hitting that chant. Anyway, a chance for a three-point opportunity, and this time Ebert does make the free throw. And they get it into Iden, and they get the quick foul. So it's going to be the free throws here down the stretch.
I don't know who they're going to put it on. It'll be Myers. That's his first.
Yeah, he's the one who you want to foul because he, again, before that didn't have any. So Myers is going to do probably a couple. You've got a couple of guys on the court with 4 fouls in Weston and Ebert. And now Iden, who has been really good. Second leading point scorer in the game, tied with Nichols. Only Ebert has more with 19. What a game, by the way, by Eater. We talked about him having to step up, and he has. There's the first made free throw from Iden. Ebert is very ginger right now. On that left ankle, it looks like. You hope he's okay, but he's definitely not 100%. Second free throw is good as well. Iden with some big free throws for Maysville. Got to go quickly once again to River Valley. Smith will pull up from the logo. No good. Rebounds right to Weston. He doesn't get it. It's rebounded by Iden eventually. He gets it out. Here's the run-out opportunity. Rohrig. And they foul at Smith, and that's his 5th.
Now you can start that chant.
Yes. And I think the crowd senses it. That black hole clad in the Southtown merch. Panthers inching, and they are a few seconds away here from the Final Four. Rohrig will shoot 2, and if he makes them both, Maysville will be moving on to the next round where they may see a familiar foe potentially.
Obviously, we'll talk in the postgame of who the other Division IV teams are and who possible matchups will be. Obviously, the state Final Four games haven't been announced yet, but the OHSA is trying to make it as regionally based as possible. Less travel.
So typically that means Cincinnati schools or occasionally Columbus schools for teams around here. I mean, River Valley, heck, they're from past Columbus. As there's a 3, no good. Rebound by Nichols. And Nichols runs it out, and that's going to do it.
Going back-to-back years. How about that for a program?
Why not run it back? They came up just short last year. They're going back to finish the job in 2025. Your Maysville Panthers are Region 15 champs. And you can see the celebrations. Again, when you think about that team last year, how good they were. They lost some great players.
Alex Bob comes to mind. And a year before, they had a guy like Hayden Jarrett who led them all the way here to the Convo in the Sweet 16. They flamed out, lost to Bishop Reedy in a tough basketball game. They came back here, ran right through the Convo, lost some guys last year, come right back. And, man, I mean, Maysville, you gotta give obviously the props there to Coach Dave Brown and what he's been able to do the last 3 years with this squad. It's been building up to what seems like a state championship, and they're still trying to get that one there. Still without one in their possession. Nobody here at the Convo this entire week has a state championship in their possession.
A couple of those schools will try to change that this week as we get ready for the trophy presentation, which we will bring you here. on Total Media. Again, we thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate having every single one of your eyes and ears on this matchup. It was a good one. 66-54. Again, how about that? That 14-0 run at the start of the game ends up being the difference.
They moved on. They're runner-up in the region.
That's why starting hot sometimes helps you. It really does. I mean, River Valley, they faced the adversity last time out against Unioto, and Unioto started off very hot. They just kind of hung around in that basketball game and had a little comeback late.
I think the three-point shooting at the end just was too much to overcome. They did hit a few in the third, and they just couldn't quite get it back. They got it close, but they couldn't quite get it back to the full deficit. Here, we'll send it down to the man, the myth, the legend, Lou Horvath, to do the trophy presentation.
Six-man, Luke Axline. Hudson Pollock. Man with a great shot from the outside, Carter Myers. Chase Smith. Owen Osting. Battled all through the court. Chase Ebert. And the very talented Sawyer Weston. Head coach Rodney Brown and his staff. Into the Elite Eight. Your seniors will be accepting the regional runner-up trophy, the Vikings of River Valley. And now, they seem to like it here in the Convo. Heading to the Final Four, your regional champs, the Panthers of Maysville. As I call your name, please come forward. Owen Larimer. Cutler Carnes. Ty Atkins. Cade Pickrell. Cohen Llewellyn. Gavin Ferguson. And your starters. Jordan Watson. Kane Rorick. Rocking the mini mullets, Landon Iden. Cade Rock. And the always entertaining, he is the Gator, Gator Nichols. Head coach Dave Brown and his staff. The regional championship trophy belongs to the Panthers of Maysville.
Welcome back to the convo, and they're cutting down the nets over to my right. Maysville are your Region 15 champs. Final score, 66-54. I'm Ethan Sargent, and that's Cade Williamson. That was a good one. It was a good one that eventually Maysville kind of just stayed a step or two ahead all game long and fought back a couple of spurts from River Valley, especially late on in that basketball game. And they take home that Region 15 crown. Going to have to make room in what's becoming a rapidly crowded trophy room and trophy block for that basketball squad, and they go back to the Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, big there for Maysville. Obviously, the third Final Four appearance in school history. They joined the 2024 squad last year and the 1971 squad for the Maysville on the Southtown faithful there, just south of the Zanesville area. I'm sure that they're very happy to have yet another one. But you're absolutely right, Ethan. It's very big and very big for Maysville, and they got out to that lead and held it for a majority of the game, and River Valley played down and just struggled finding an opportunity to come back in the basketball game. But the big thing for Maysville is who might await them in the next round. And obviously we don't know yet with the OHSAA. There still is one more regional final game that is to be played after this one here in about 30 minutes or so. It tips off down at Xavier, the last one of the day down there in the Cincinnati area for them. And then, obviously, we have another one. We have the last game of the regional final games here next between Minford and Chesapeake. That's obviously Division 5. But for the Maysville faithful and for Maysville moving forward after getting this victory, here's who's awaiting in the Final Four right now. You've got Hawken. They're up from the Cleveland area. They won. They defeated Jonathan Alder, and they ended up winning that regional championship. They will obviously be joined by Glenville. Glenville won the championship yesterday in a regional final game and Division 4. And then the last team, the last two teams that'll be fighting with Maysville there are the two teams from the Dayton area. You've got Wyoming as well as Archbishop Kettering Alter.
A team Maysville fans will be all too familiar with
who
last season.
Knocked them out in the state championship game as Maysville finished runners up to them, and what was a very, very close basketball game in Division 2. Obviously four Division 4 now with the expansion to 7 divisions. But those are the 4 teams, and honestly, what I would like to think with the OHSAA and what they've said with what they're trying to limit travel for a lot of these squads traveling to different places with the 4 over the state, with the state Final Four games, those are at neutral sites, not at Dayton anymore. With that being the situation, I think that they would have Maysville play the winner of Kettering, Alter, and Wyoming, and have
Could see a state championship rematch in the state semi this year.
Yes.
You know Maysville would have revenge on their mind.
Yes.
If they were to try and get that matchup once again. So Maysville with a great win, and we congratulate the Panthers on winning Region 15. Let's quickly preview our next matchup. I already see some purple to my left in front of me, and behind me there's already a good amount of red sitting pretty much right at my back as we get ready for Minford versus Chesapeake. Obviously, a lot of star power in this basketball game. We know about the two guys from Minford, Bennett Kaiser, Miles Montgomery, both so good at what they do. But Chesapeake's got them stars of their own, and guys like Maddox Kazee and Caden Perkins. So what do we think the keys to this matchup are with as many stars on the court as there are going to be?
I think we talked about it a little bit after Game 2 the other night on Friday, but between Chesapeake and Martins Ferry, when you looked at that game, Carson Frecka was tasked with a tough job of guarding Alex Reese, a guy who's going to the next level and playing at Youngstown State in the Division 1. So that is a big leap right there and was a tough game for him. Obviously, Reese got his own and led the way for the Purple Riders in that basketball game, but Frecka did a commendable effort, did a commendable job during that game.
And he battled. He was hurt too. He took that hard fall back to the sidelines, and it was a good job by him just to fight and battle, right? Because again, like you said, Reese is gonna get his. He's gonna battle. He's gonna make it really difficult. And he had 20 points, 10 rebounds. You know, he stuffed the stat sheet. So I think that when you look at how they're potentially going to fight, and now you flip the script to this game where you imagine they'll try up and try and use that on Kaiser as well. I don't know exactly how Chesapeake's going to line up defensively against that dynamic too. They may try some doubles and triples, especially inside on Kaiser. They'll try and limit Kaiser's ability to pull up from that mid-range. We see he loves pulling up from right around that the corner where the end lines meet. Right there, right next to the free throw line. That's his spot. He gets there a few times a game, and it's always an easy drill for him. So look for them to maybe try and box out a little bit more, work under the screens, make things difficult for Kaiser. And then for Montgomery, They're going to try. I think that Frecka's going to mostly stay in and around the paint, try and make it more difficult. Obviously, he's a lot longer than Montgomery. He can use that shot blocking ability that he has to potentially limit the opportunities that Montgomery has to get to the basket, because we know how good he is at just driving inside with that speed. Maybe use Maddox Kazee as a primary defender as well to try and keep up with him. So I don't know. It's a really good stylistic clash, this battle.
Yes, it is. I mean, looking at it overall, you mentioned two things that I was about to hint at there, Ethan, with I think that they might use Kazee to guard Montgomery in this game. I think what Chesapeake's going to have to do is make Minford shoot from the outside. And that's not just threes. That's just shooting on the perimeter of the three-point arc and hitting some of those twos. Minford, I would say about 85% of their shots are within 5 feet of the basket. They like to attack on the inside. That's where their bread and butter is. They don't hit a lot of threes from the outside. They don't really hit any shots from the outside.
They're not a big three-point shooting team. They can hit them, but they're not a team that lives and dies by the three.
Yes, and I think that's what Chesapeake's going to have to do is anchor the paint in this basketball game. That's going to be the key for them, and then obviously Minford, just be you. Just be you at this point. You're making their longest run ever in school history. They're tied with that 1995 team for the Falcons that made it all the way here to the Convo in the Elite Eight, and then obviously got bounced out. Wheelersburg actually was the team who bounced them out. It was a 2-point game all the way back in 1995, but they're tied for their largest run ever, and Chesapeake obviously has only been to the Final Four one time back in 2010. So a lot of history.
Legendary coach Norm Pearson, who was just here yesterday, as a matter of fact. And South Webster got the victory over Worth Notre Dame. They're going to the Final Four down in Region 27. Well, that'll wrap things up here from this one, but of course we've got plenty more basketball to come in about, I think they got 8 minutes on the clock, then they'll throw 30 more. So probably about 30 or so minutes until we're back live once again with Minford and Chesapeake. Until then, we'll step aside and say so long for now. Maysville are your Region 15 champs, 66-54, the final score here from the Convo. And have a great day, and we'll hopefully see you back here in about 30 minutes time for Minford.